Okay, here we are. The second semester. I was gonna do like outfit changes and stuff. It's not that serious. I just want to get these stories out. So my second semester in my college my freshman college year, my college freshman whatever, you know what I mean. So let's start it out. The first this first video is going to be about. I'm trying to talk without. It's so weird talking. Like when I see the video back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I was talking with a lot of like spit, like like that's not how. I don't know what's going on today. Some days I have those days where I just. Anyway. Oh well. You'll just have to deal with it. Whoever's watching. So my second semester in my freshman year of college started out pretty good. We had to move out of the old dorms and go into the newer freshman dorms. And it was actually a big upgrade. I think for us, because we were last or whatever, and sometimes people do renewals and stuff from their previous semester if they were already in the new dorms, what happened was we ended up having to get like whatever was available left, which I think was the third floor. So we were on the third floor of these dorms, which I mean they look like freaking apartments, of course. But anyway, so me and Ashley, remember, I had my roommate and we didn't get along. But this time around, you could choose your roommate. So me and Ashley decided to be roommates. So me and Ashley became roommates, and as we were moving stuff, we got to know like these guys and all this stuff, and got to know our neighbors who were helping us. Like these guys were going around campus helping people move their stuff in just because, I guess. I think they were doing it for the with campus crew. I can't remember. But anyway, so anyways, as we're exploring our new freshman environment, we start to realize that we're living around some new characters. Our dorms are in the exact same vicinity as the boy dorms. At our old dorms, the boy dorms were like way across the way. They weren't even near us. We literally share a courtyard with the boy dorms. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, the boy dorms. So let me just say this. My second semester freshman year was fun because we really, oh my gosh, I just remember so much other stuff. We really got to encounter a lot of new people and a lot of guys. A lot of guys. Oh my gosh. Just looking. Me and Ashley used to do, me and Ashley used to do this thing called, it's not a thing. I mean, it is a thing. It was window shopping. I said, are we going window shopping today? Which is just to go look. So we used to walk across campus just to look at guys. We used to walk across campus just to look at guys, just because we could. So we became really close friends with these guys, just randomly. I don't even know how. It just kind of happened. But we ended up having a lot of guy friends in this one dorm, and it was 600. It was just our hangout spot. We had nicknames for them and everything. There was the crew, and then there was the clique. The clique was the ones we went to church with. We started going to this like certain church that was off campus, kind of on campus. Let's not talk about it. It was an experience as well. And then we also had the crew, which was a guy in there was like my boo or whatever, and then his guy friends, all his friends, and we were just all cool. We just all knew each other. We had classes together, all that other stuff. So, anyways, so we're all friends. We're all hanging out. It was just fun. Unfortunately, what happened was there was another extended friend of ours that basically I'm still friends with him to this day, but it was an interesting experience. And him and Ashley got into some stuff and it didn't work out or whatever. I'm saying this basically to say we had some friends. Sometimes we had issues with our friends, and so we would move on to new friends. So we started to accumulate new friends. And we got so comfortable with the guys, but I'm like, we don't have any like female friends. So me and Ashley started to become really close friends with random people. We met my friend Erin, who I still talk to this day. I freaking adore her with all my heart. And she's from Colorado. She lives outside of Denver. It's called Aurora. 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 Anyways, it's right outside of Denver. But I've always wanted to go visit her and see it and all that good stuff. Whatever. So we met her. We also met a girl named Coco. We met another girl. She's a Caucasian girl named Christy. And we all just became friends. It was our clique. It was like all five of us. We were a clique plus our other friends. So this one day we were just bored. And we were the men's gym had like these steps that people would just like sit on because you could. So we just, this one day it was hot and we were just chilling. It was like a Saturday and we were also bored. And so we were just sitting on the steps of the men's gym, just relaxing, I guess, trying to figure out what to do with our lives. And then we were like, hey, I want to go to the movies. And we're like, yeah, let's go to the movies. But none of us had a car because none of us, like, we just never had a car. You know, Ashley's from freaking Chicago. She didn't have a car. I didn't have a car. I didn't drive. So it was just like one of those things where we're like, we need a ride. So remember those boys I was talking about that were helping people move their stuff in? One of the guys caught my attention. I just thought he was so cute. He was like a little shortish kind of, but he was like tall enough. It was cool. Whatever. He was cute. And I'm just like, oh, I'm just never that girl that anyone would ever be with, which I'm not. You know, somebody's like, they look at a group of friends and they're like, that's the first one that would get attention from somebody. I'm like the last one who would get attention from somebody. So I don't know how or what. I don't know. So within our group, I guess he took notice of me from the beginning, but I didn't say anything. So what happened was our friend Christy decided, hey, I'll pay his way. We each pay our own way, but I'll pay me and his way if he gives us a ride to the movies and we all go see the movies. So he was down for it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let's go. We go to the movies. So me talking about him is essential too, even though the situation kind of got out of hand. Anyways, we go to the movies. I remember we went to go see Friday the 13th. It was the more recent one, so it was like 2009, Friday the 13th. I loved it because my person, Willa Ford, I love Willa Ford was in it. I love her. If you don't know her, I'm so sorry for your life. Anyways, I have a music video of her on here. But anyway, so we went to the movies and it was interesting how we got the seating. We went to the very back at the top and we went to the one corner. And the way it happened, I'm not going to lie, I kind of manipulated it. It was in such a line where I wasn't going to be near him, but it was so dark. Somehow I magically made my way. He's in the very, very corner and then there's me and then the rest of us. I kind of manipulated my way to get next to him because we was feeling each other. The vibe was there, honey. On our way there, I was in the back seat with my other friends and I could see him the whole time looking at me in the mirror. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. I'm a freshman girl. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways, I'm so lame. So we're in the movies, we're sitting down, and me and him are kind of talking, kind of flirting, blah, 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 whatever. So the movie ends. Me and him separately, somehow we were able to exchange each other's numbers to each other so we could, hang out. He did eventually, I'm just going to go ahead and say, he did eventually become a boo of mine, and we would meet up and, watch TV and watch SpongeBob, and that was it. Yeah. So anyway, but my friend Christy, who she said she didn't say anything like, oh, I like him or anything. She didn't know him. Me and Ashley met him before, so we knew him. We're the ones who suggested him to you. But whatever. She was not happy with me and him ending up as a thing, kind of. And I'm pretty sure the rest of the group was like, this is supposed to be a friend thing. I totally understand. It was a friend thing. We were supposed to just hang out. We weren't supposed to be someone hooking up with somebody. I totally understand that. So I feel bad for that. But other than that, it just happened. I don't know what to say. I apologize if you guys are watching this. It just happened, you guys, okay? It went on for a while too. But anyway, that's one story. So what happened later on down the line? This guy who stayed, he was an up and coming tattoo artist who was working out of someone else's dorm room on campus. He didn't actually attend Grambling. He just was there. And he was going around promoting his like in-home tattoo thing that he was doing. He had a gun and all this, his little tattoo gun and everything. So he was like getting up there, but he didn't have his own shop. He didn't have a shop he worked with or anything. He just was working out of somebody's dorm room. And I was like, okay. So he passed this flyer around and we got the flyer. We were sitting on the steps again. He passed these flyers out to us. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So me and Ashley were like, oh, he seems really cool, really nice people or whatever. And we're just conversing with him. And I guess he just enjoyed my conversation. I'm not used to guys liking me. I'm not used to it. I'm not. I'm just not. And when it happens, I get overly excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm known. So I'm so goofy. So we started just having good conversation. And he had a number on the flyer, but it wasn't his cell phone number. So we were like, we would want to hang out with you or something. We, not just me, I just thought he was a nice guy. I didn't think anything of it at all. It wasn't like with the other guy. It was literally, I just thought he was nice. I'm an artist. I like creative people. Sure, let's do this. Let's hang out. So remember, me and Ashley are roommates. So eventually, I get his number. We're messaging each other, just talking. No flirting, just talking, really. And he comes over to the dorm because I was like, oh yeah, we stay in this dorm. I was so naive and stupid because we didn't know him. He just came to our room and I was just wrong of me to do that. It was putting us in danger for someone we didn't know who wasn't even part of the school. And this won't be the first time I've done that because I'm an idiot and I feel horrible for it. But anyway, so, because wait till you hear the next video, which is going to have a lot of warnings. But anyway, so he comes to the dorm room and he thought Ashley wasn't going to be there. He thought it was just like a me and him thing. So he rolls up on me and he's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, oh, well, hold on. What's going on? Like, what's happening? He's like, oh, your roommate here. I thought it was just you and me. I was like, yeah, I thought you wanted to hang out with us and just like hang out. He's like, oh no, I wanted to, spend some time with you. It's like, oh, okay. Well, remember my fiance, I still was dating him. So remember, this is when we came back from break. I told you we didn't break up till like February. So it was like February, March maybe. And we still were kind of together. I was like, oh no, I have a fiance. And he's like, what? You have a fiance? Nah, man, for real. So he goes and he backs up from me. And he's like leaning on in the new rooms, we each have our own section of sinks. Thank God. And so she had her side, I had my side. He's leaning on, I think it's on my side. And he's leaning on the sink and he's just like, man, that's crazy. I thought we were hooking up. I'm like, oh no, I'm so sorry. I apologize, but no, I have somebody. Really sweetly, he didn't say it in a mean way and I didn't answer him in a mean way back. So he says, well, you know what? It's all good. Because if he doesn't treat you right, he pulls up his shirt and he shows me a gun. He said, if he doesn't treat you right, I'll be right here. You let me know. I was like, okay. My dad owns a lot of guns. Apparently. I've never seen but one time of him having a gun. I've never actually seen in firsthand at that time a gun. I've seen many now because it's life. You see a gun, you see police, you're going to see something, whatever. But I've just never seen a gun. Like, I've never seen it. And it was in our private room. No one knows him. No one knows it was just like, oh my gosh, what the hell did I just invite into our room? He was like, he pulled up his shirt and he said, if he messes up, let me know. And he showed me his gun and it was like chrome and shiny and big. And put his shirt down. It was a white shirt, I remember. And I was like, okay, well, you have a good night, hun. And he's like, yeah, you too, you too. He like, you see how big my earrings are? That's how big his gauges were in his ear. And he had like tattoos, of course, all over his body. All his ear was pierced. He was just like, he had like a lip ring. He was the whole nine of what you would expect from, that sounds mean. I mean, I don't mean it in a bad way, but like a tattoo person, whatever. So he leaves. And I look at Ashley because he's over here and Ashley's over there where her bed is. And I'm just like, he just pulled out a gun. Like, he didn't pull it out, but he showed me a gun. I'm just like, what the fuck just happened? So I don't know why, but my instinct was I need to call the guy that we went to the movies with, who became my boo. I call him instantly. I don't know. I guess I thought he was like superhero or some shit. But then I thought about it later. I was like, that was dangerous to put him in that situation. Like, I want him to get shot for me because I'm a boo now. Like, that was just wrong. He wasn't even my man. It was just like wrong. So anyway, he comes over. I tell him, please come over. Something happened. Blah, blah, blah. He comes over. I tell him what happened. He's like, okay. He was like, he's you can't tell him he ain't smooth. He's so sweet, whatever. I still talk to him too to this day, kinda, sorta, whatever. So he was like, all right. Well, next time he show up, you let me know. I was like, oh, okay. I was so just like, but in reality, I would never want someone to catch a bullet for me when just no. It was just me being scared, and he came and rescued me and blah 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 whatever. But yeah, so then it's about to end, but this is what happened next. So the next, I think it was like 2 mornings later or something, or the next morning, it was Sunday. I remember it was Sunday, so it had to be Saturdays or Friday, I can't remember. But Sunday, we were gonna go to church, but we decided no, we're gonna go to brunch. Cause brunch on the weekends, they only have brunch and dinner, and that's it. That's it. You know, with the weekdays, you get breakfast, lunch, dinner, but we had only brunch. So we went to brunch, me and my friends, the same group, and as we're leaving the courtyard from our dorms to the cafeteria across the campus, he walks by. And I'm like, oh my gosh, don't say anything. He like, hey, yo, don't forget what I told you, all right? I was like, okay. I was so scared. Anyway, I did see him like ways later in life, but I had changed a lot as a person, how I dressed and everything, so I don't think he recognized me, but I recognized him. He was quite distinctive, like I said, okay? But anyway, that was that story. I'm done. Look, a lot of stuff sounds really minor probably to other people. It's not to me. I'm dramatic, but the second one, the second story is not dramatic. It happened. It is what it is. I don't know what to say. You know, once I explain everything, I think it'll make more sense as to why I'm kind of blank about it. And I know some people are going to be like, no, you're not over it. How could you be over it? You got to think of how I was thinking about me in the situation. But anyway, I'll talk about it in the next video, the last video. I'm ready to be done with this. This is, like I said, this is therapy for me. I just want it out. I just want it to, like, I said it to all my, like the story I'm about to tell you next. I said it to all my people on Facebook, which are all my family, friends, people I grew up with. And it was very emotional for them. It was just relaxing for me. And I use my skills with art to kind of illustrate it and all that stuff. So anyway, it's out there for the loved ones to know. They know about it, over with. I can go ahead and tell the world now if I want to. And that's what I'm going to do for me. So I'm done with this one. And I just want to finish everything with this next video and be done officially. So be prepared, whoever's watching this. If you've been watching my crazy ass trilogy of talking. Yeah. So see ya then.